प्राप्य पुण्याकृता लोका उषित्वा शाश्वती समः शुचीनां श्रीमतां गेहे योगभ्रष्ट विजायते. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into the family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Sometimes people ask, what is your theory of reincarnation? Because Bhagavad Gita, first thing Bhagavad Gita introduces to us is that we are not body, we are spirit, soul. The knowledge of Gita begins there. Okay? You all understand? And once you start there, then your question really, what is the whole dynamics of the soul? How is it that I took this body? On what basis I take another body? Correct? There's thousands of questions will come. So here it is explained, a part of it, that when your soul has done some pious activities, he has practiced some spiritual life, but there are different stages. Just like in China they have. Sometimes if you're working in an office, you do some mischief, they send you to 8th class. 8th class. You're working in office, you're already graduate. They punish you, send you to 8th class. They cancel all your degrees. You have to start from 8th class now. Like that. So human life is a very important juncture, because in animal lives, you're only going up. Suppose you are a cat, you go through an experience of a life of a cat, and there is some experiential learning for the soul. Some kind of pleasures you wanted are being satisfied. There is no sinful activity for the cat, because it has no freedom. Sin comes when you are free to do something. If you could have done something and you did something else, that is sin. Correct? Just like the human form of life. You don't have to smoke, but you went and smoked. That's a sin. You misuse your freedom. Correct? Misuse of freedom is called papa. What is papa finally? You have behaved irresponsibly. Your freedom will be restricted. Just like, say in the city, suppose somebody behaves irresponsibly, his freedom is restricted, is put inside the jail. So Krishna is so clever, he doesn't need your jail like this. Whole material universe is a jail. And as you behave irresponsibly, the conditioning goes into so many life forms. Suppose you are in the life of a dog, you have to simply bark. You cannot say, I am dog, I will not bark. It's not possible. You have to behave, you are conditioned according to the body, and you go through the experience. Some people are very wise. They give submissive ear to the message of Gita. They're very wise. Prabhupada says very nicely, there are some fortunate people who submit to the hearing process. I'll hear. Then what happens? Their life changes. Correct? Two ways you can learn. They say Shastra and Shastra. Some people are very nice. They can learn by advice. Just like suppose somebody is there and he is into smoking or say into worse. Some criminal or nowadays society is so degraded. These are not offenses. Take drugs. Drug taking is an offense. So you go to somebody you know you start taking drugs. You go to say it's not good. It's not good for your health. Think about your family. You're destroying your life. You're not doing any responsibility. Isn't it bad? And it is not needed, no. There are better ways to enjoy life. You go and talk to him. But he's crazy. He doesn't listen and he keeps taking drugs. Then what you have to do? You have to take him to jail and give him 2 dandas. Will you eat or not? Correct? So similarly, there are some people, we are telling them very simply. What we are telling them? Accept Krishna consciousness. And what is Krishna consciousness? Voluntarily agree to serve Krishna. Voluntarily. There is no force. Krishna did not force Arjuna to fight the war. Correct? Krishna just explained the principles, the science of Bhagavad Gita, the science of the soul. When Arjuna heard the science of the soul, he said, yes, Krishna, I want to follow you. Voluntary. Prabhupada says, the whole spiritual world, there is freedom. Krishna is free to bless you or not bless you. Krishna is free to reveal himself to you or not reveal himself to you. Okay. And just you meditate on this, that Krishna is free, he is not forced, you immediately start praying. Take in your house. If you take anybody for granted, tomorrow you will be in trouble. Correct? Your wife will say, I am not going to stay, I am going out of this. You cannot take anybody for granted. You have to say, how are you? Everything is fine. Any mistake I did, please tell me. I am sorry. Then only your family life will stay. You cannot take your mother or wife, children, anybody for granted. Correct? Why? You know they have freedom. But don't think Krishna doesn't have freedom. He is Swarat. He is fully free. Not only that, for millions of years you can chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna may not even care about you. He is fully free. Nothing can force him. But he is not dogmatic. He is not irrational. He is not foolish. He is very merciful. Very, very merciful. But never forget he is free. He is completely free. He can do whatever he wants. Then you will immediately pray. Correct? Suppose you are in a bus, the conductor comes. And you give money, he has to give ticket. There is no freedom. He has to give ticket. So you don't even look at him sometimes. You give money and you get a ticket and put in the pocket. But when you go to office, you have to take a leave from the principal or from the office boss. He has freedom. He may not grant leave only. So you are very careful or not? Correct? So if you increase the freedom and you understand Krishna is totally free. So my devotion life means Krishna has granted me also freedom. He's so nice. So I choose freely, voluntarily to serve him. That is Krishna consciousness. Correct? And not only that, when you do that in the guidance of devotees, you experience so much transcendental pleasure. But imagine you did not achieve full. Achieve full means you go to the spiritual world. You achieve little less, then what happens? You are straight away born to the family of great saints. And naturally from the childhood itself, your parents are like great saints. It is a very good opportunity to go back to Krishna's lotus feet. Correct? You'll complete your spiritual process. But little more less, then you're born in first heaven you go. Because you had some strong material desires. Just like they say, if I do this, then I will go to heaven and there will be so many apsaras. There's a number also they have. Some basic idea, Swarga. Swarga is not a very good program in the Vedas. It's considered, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yam imam pushpitam vacham. Give up this flowery words of the Vedas. It's karma kanda. If I do nice, then I will go to heaven. Heaven is there actually. It's not that heaven is not there. We agree that is there. But we are targeting Vaikuntha, kingdom of God. Because in heaven also, death is there, old age is there, disease is there, birth is there. A brahmana pumna loka punaravartino Arjuna. Wherever you go, the cycle of birth and death is there until you go to the spiritual world. Heaven is nothing but A class jail. It is jail. So intelligent person wants to get out of the jail. Okay? So highest level, you go to the spiritual world. And what do you do in the spiritual world? You will be like mother of Krishna, and Krishna will give you unlimited joy. He will remain the child only this much height. You will remain the mother young all the time. There is no old people there. All the time you will be young mother of Krishna, and eternally you play with him every day. He is yours. Krishna is so powerful, he expands for every devotee. True? Not limited. Not that there is a queue. Here you want to meet chief minister, there is a queue. In Darbar, 1,000 people are there. You sit down, he may not even talk to you 1 second. Correct? Unless you have some approach. But Krishna is not like that. What is this tiny chief minister? Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. There was once past time when Brahma came to meet Krishna. So he told the doorkeeper, please tell Krishna I want to have his darshan. So he went to Krishna. Krishna, when Brahma has come, he wants to have a darshan. He said, ask him, which Brahma is he? So Brahma did not know. He thought he is the only Brahma. Which Brahma? Tell Chaturmukha Brahma. So he went, Chaturmukha Brahma is there. Okay, let him come in. So he came. He asked Krishna, very nice, Krishna is so kind, you allowed me to have your darshan. But why did you ask which Brahma? There are more Brahmas, huh? Because he cannot see outside his jail anything. So Krishna said, okay, it's my. Suddenly by his will, millions of Brahmas started appearing. And they were much bigger than him. Forehead, try to understand in your technology, is quad core. There are octa-core also mobiles now, memory, correct? So there are Brahmas with 8 heads. And you have only gone octa only. There are Brahma with 1,000 heads, 10,000 heads, million heads. Because Brahma has to manage the whole universe. The bigger the universe, more he needs cores. Mota samjho. You cannot actually jump to that because Brahma is a very high platform of existence. So now what happens is that when Brahma, so just imagine billions of Brahmas are reporting to Krishna how great Krishna is. Okay? You think one of the Krishna is the Vaikuntha Natha. Okay? Even after the whole material universes are destroyed, Krishna exists. Spiritual sky, spiritual world is never destroyed. There the pastimes of the Lord are going on eternally. You are able to understand? You are coming first time or you know the Gita? Take care. Otherwise I will make it simple. So now what happened is that Krishna, so first thing is if you can really sincerely follow, go to the spiritual world, play with Krishna. Imagine how fortunate it is. The best thing. Take care. I tell you it's a very simple philosophy, but we rededicate ourselves by understanding it again and again. It's good for everybody. The second thing will be, what do? You are very advanced. But not to go back to Godhead. Then what happens? You are born again in this world, in the family of some great saints. Great saints means they're all pure devotees. You're born into that family. From childhood itself, you see your father is whole day doing arti and he's chanting, he's reading Gita. You get trained up. That's very fortunate. So it's not accident. When children are born into the family of devotees, it is not an accident. It's a great fortune. Number 2. Then third. What is the third one? You are practiced, but not very serious. Strong material desires are also there. Then what happens? First you go to heaven. Because heaven is for punyatmas who have strong sakama bhakta. Vaikuntha is for akama bhakta. Therefore, when a great acharya comes from the spiritual world, when he gives pravachan, devatas are hiding, they also listen to him. Because they also want his association. Correct? So don't think it is ordinary. Narada is the Deva Rishi. He is an Akama Bhakta. When Narada Muni dances, all the devatas see, because they also want to become Akama Bhakta. So when you go to Devaloka, sometimes it is true, by the association of people like Narada, you can still go up and with the association of Brahma, then go back to Godhead. But that's not general. General route is then you Shine Punya Martolokam Vishanti. You understand? Shine Punya? It's just like you have some money. What happened in Mangalore? Only way people make money in Mangalore is selling land. They sell some land and make money. Correct? When they make some money, what do? They go for a trip to America. They have 3-4 lakh rupees, they take and go. How long it will last in America? It is in $60 rupees. It will last 10 days, 15 days, money gets over. Then what they do? Come back. So similarly, Shine Punya Martolokam Vishanti. When their money gets over, what do? They come back to the material world. And when they come here, they are born into the family of Suchinam, Srimatam, Gehe. Into the family of a Brahmana, Shuchi. Shuchi means Brahmana. Shuchi means clean. Internally, externally, clean. That is. And then Srimata. Srimata means lot of dhan is there. Because previously, rich people also used to have a temple in their house. And also, if the family is rich, you don't have to think about uta. You get some freedom. So you get another opportunity to advance. But not like the person who is born in the family of the great saint. That is a great opportunity. Because this is whole the system. So this opportunity that we have got in Krishna consciousness, we see so many people are there who are born in the family of the rich people, who are born in the family of pious Brahmanas. We know them, you see them in colleges, and how they get spoiled. Matter of days. Sometimes they come from houses with a very good culture. When you meet them in the first year in college, they will be so papa. Within days, they are destroyed. Everybody. Prabhupada said, therefore, these schools and colleges are hubnet of sinful activities. We only learn bad things there, all of us. We never learn anything good. Studies, so nobody does, but they learn how to smoke, they learn how to drink, they learn how to take drugs, they learn how to take bad words. This is what is taught. This is what they learn. They don't learn from teachers. They learn from their friends, all these things. Teacher, they are not interested. Something is speaking. Then more is they're teaching each other all these rubbish things. This is the influence of Kali Yuga. Prabhupada says these are all schools and colleges, therefore are slaughterhouses of a person's character. Therefore Prabhupada wanted us to build our own institutions, Gurukuls. Why? So that the devotees, they can send their children to Gurukul and they can become great saints and become great preachers and go back to God. But then people are not interested. They don't want. They have some other program. My children should become this. You should become that. You should become this and become that. So that is compromised. Because we are not serious. Actually, it should be a great pride. Great pride. When a child becomes a great devotee of the Lord. Because he cannot do any service greater than that. Why? Because if the child goes back to Godhead, many generations go along with him. They also get blessed. There was an example of Maharaj Dhruva. When Dhruva Maharaj was going back to Godhead, the aircraft came for him, Vaikuntha Vimana. When you die, either Vaikuntha Vimana comes or Yamudutas come. Mostly Yamudutas come. Very rare, 1 in a billion, Vaikuntha Vimana comes. Correct? Very, very rare. Very rare. That's the opportunity. So this choice is there for us. We see most of the people, they are not utilizing the choice. And we see that what is happening. Yeah, I was talking about the Gurukul system. So generally parents hesitate. So when Dhruva Maharaj was going back in Vaikuntha Vimana, so the Vishnudutas, the servants of Narayana were there. He asked them, wait a minute, where is my mother? Because my mother is the one who taught me how to become Krishna conscious. She is the one who told me to search for Krishna. They said, yes, we'll make arrangement. So she went ahead of him. So Prabhupada says, we want to do service. Many people think we want to serve our parents. There is no service greater than becoming a devotee, because they will also go back to God. Not only I will go, they will also go back to God. Just imagine. There can be no service greater. People don't understand actually. And then what happens? Yeah, generally it's not. And another factor is that Pita na sasya, janani na sasyat. That don't become father, don't become mother unless you can deliver your dependents. That is also the instruction in the scriptures. Unless we can save our dependents from the cycle of birth and death, we should not become a master. Like parents, guru, all these responsibilities we should not take unless we can guide our dependents to lotus feet of Krishna. So in this way you can understand it's the simple science of Krishna consciousness. We should become serious. We see that people are born in the family of, sometimes Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada used to say, don't take another chance. Suppose you say, I heard Bhagavad Gita, if I fail, then I will be born again. Then I will do serious. No, ab nahi ho sakta, bahut mushkil hai. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said, no, this very life go back to Godhead. Why? What guarantee what you will do next life? Many of us are born in Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe. We are almost going to hell. Somehow Prabhupada saved us. Correct? Maybe previous life you would have done some devotion service. Correct? Little maybe. Not much, little. But the kind of people who are, doesn't look like much we did. Little we did. But then we were going astray again. With the opportunity, how many take? Take in South India, the houses are very pious. People try to follow some religion. How many people are youngsters are following anything? Very, very rare. Very, very rare. Isn't it true? How do you know? Go to some college, put a poster, the class on Gita. If there are 5,000 students, if 5 come, you're lucky. We never put class on Gita. We do stress management, personality development, then some people will come. Correct? You tell them, we will take you to one Tirth Yatra to Udupi Krishna. If there are 10,000 students, 1 or 2 also will not come. But you say we are taking to trip to some waterfall, whole college will be ready to come with you. Correct? You say, there will we have seen this in your Sambram. I used to see, whenever they have the film song practice, even outside people are standing, not able to go in. And you do some program there, we will have Gita class there. First row, whole hall, some 400, 500 people can sit. First row also is not full. So people are all born Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe. They are not taking advantage. What is special about me? I will also not take. It's very dangerous. Therefore, don't take birth again. So how do I guarantee that? Become serious. And Prabhupada says, you chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulated principles. I ensure it. I'll take you back to Godhead. I assure you, I'll take you back to Godhead. So go on the assurance of the Acharya, under the protection of the Acharya. It's difficult, but not very difficult. In Kali Yuga, to follow regulated principles, like we read, Krishna says, no. Krishna says, Arjuna, I agree, it is difficult to control the mind. So Krishna says that. Krishna agrees it is difficult. But then he says, but it is possible by constant practice and detachment. Correct? It is possible by constant practice and detachment. So hold on to that. Because Krishna is saying it is possible. Krishna is saying it is possible. He says it is difficult. So he is agreeing to our condition, it is difficult. But then he is saying, but it is possible. He is saying possible under quotes. By how it is possible? Constant practice and detach. Just put an effort, it is possible. And then we directly try to go back to Godhead. Don't make a program for another birth in this world. It is very dangerous. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.